Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this 4th lock chain bracelet, and Rugile Couture asked me if I wanted to make this bracelet, so here it is. I'm sharing it with you. I simplified her design a little bit to make it easier to make. You're going to need a total of 71 bands for the bracelet alone, and you'll need a few more bands to expand it to fit your wrist, and you can use whatever color combination you want. The border, you'll need 27 bands, and for each side you'll need 22 for a total of 44. So decide on what color you want, and let's get started. Today I will be using purple. There's 22 of them. That'll be on one side, and 22 bands. I'm using 11 green, 11 pink, and my border will be white, and you're going to need 27 for your border color. So those are my colors. On my loom, I'm going to start with my border color where my arrow is, taking a single band. We're looping it from the center peg to the side first peg diagonally, like that. I'm going to come down the left side of my loom with the green and pink, and you can use rainbow colors or solid colors, whatever you want. So with my single band, I'm coming down zigzag from the second to the second center peg, alternating color, down the left side of my loom, just zigzag down. And we want to push our bands all the way down. And don't let it overlap. Just continue all the way down from the second peg from the bottom. So continue the same pattern, pushing your bands down all the way to the bottom. So here's my last band. I'm connecting it from the second peg from the bottom to the center second peg. And again, you want to make sure all your bands are pushed down and not overlapping. And we're going to start on the other side, the right side, same thing. I'm using purple this time, and just zigzag from the top of our loom all the way to the bottom, pushing down as we go. My last two bands, same thing. We're going to zigzag all the way down, making sure we're pushing all our bands down and not overlapping. Last one, looping it from the second peg from the bottom to the side second peg. So that's what yours should look like. And now we're going to add the border bands on top. So starting with our single band, we're going to loop from the first to the second peg and continue all the way down to the bottom of your loom. And we want these bands to be kind of hovering on top like that. Don't push them down. Just continue on both sides. I'm almost to the bottom of my loom. So I'm looping it on the side pegs, and it should be hovering on top like that for both sides. And my last two bands, I'm going to loop it from the center bottom first to the side second for both sides and push these down. So we can cap it, taking a single band and cap it off. So that's what yours should look like. Now with our hook, we're going to loop the border bands, the white ones, all the way for both sides to the top of our loom and stopping on the first side peg for both sides. So we'll go under the cap band. We're going to grab the top single in very carefully so the cap band doesn't come off, and loop up and onto itself. I'm going to repeat on the other side, grabbing the bottom single, loop up and onto itself. And I'm going to continue my sides, just reaching under, grabbing the top white single and loop up and onto itself. And I'm going to repeat for the other side. Remember to only grab the top white band. And I'm going to continue up both sides of my loom all the way to the first side peg. And we want to make sure we see nice teardrops all the way up. We looped up all the way to the first side peg for both sides, and that's what yours should look like. And now let's go all the way back to the bottom. Now we're going to loop the purple side first because we put the purple bands on after the pink and green ones. So if you did this side, loop this side first. So whichever band's on top, you can see here my purple's on top. So I'm going to reach in the side second peg, grabbing the bottom purple and loop up and onto itself to the center. Now we're just going to loop zigzag all the way to the top first side peg for the purple side. So I'm going to reach in the center second peg, grabbing the top single purple band and loop up and onto itself. You should see the nice teardrop. And going to the third side peg, grabbing the very bottom purple band, and you see the nice teardrop and loop onto itself. Just continue the zigzag once again all the way to the side first peg. So in the end, that's what yours should look like. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom of our loom once again. And we're going to loop the left side, reaching under the left side second peg, grabbing the bottom single, and see the nice teardrop, loop up and onto the center second peg, reaching in the center second, grabbing the bottom green single and loop up and onto itself. And wherever you loop, you're going to reach in that peg, grabbing the bottom single, and we're going to zigzag like the right side. We're going to zigzag on the left side all the way to the first side left peg. So always grabbing the bottom single and loop up and onto itself. So that's what yours should look like. You should have teardrops all the way through your bracelet, and it should look like that. And now for the side first peg, we want to reach in, grabbing the bottom single. It doesn't matter which side you want to work with first. Just grab that bottom single band and you should see the nice teardrop, and it's going to the first center peg. That's my left. Going to my right, grabbing that bottom single band. See the nice teardrop and looping it up to the center first peg. And now the center first peg should have 4 loops on it. And we're going to take a single band, mine is white, and we're going to expand our bracelet. And we're going to just do it right here on the loom. So taking our hook, we're going to put it inside that peg all the way through. Make sure we have the 4 loops. I'll push through past the 4 loops, and like a slip knot, we're getting the loops onto a hook like that. Now take a single band, we're going to pull the loops off of the hook and onto that single band, and getting the 2 loops back onto a hook. So we're creating a single chain to extend our bracelet before taking it off the loom. And you can do as many as you want. Again, taking a single band, getting it onto a hook, and grabbing the 2 loops off of the hook and getting it onto that single band and getting the loops onto your hook. My last one, taking that single band, pulling the 2 loops off of the hook and onto that single band and right back onto a hook. So our bracelet is extended, and you can do as many as you want to fit your wrist, taking a C-clip and getting the loops off of the hook and onto the C-clip. And let's take our bracelet off the loom carefully. So here's our 4th lock chain bracelet. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.